Hey viewers, Jamie here from the Game Shed. Today going to be playing Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Sega Master System 8-bit console. A game which I was very fond of when I was a child because I had a Sega Master System. I hadn't quite yet evolved onto the Sega Mega Drive, mainly because my mother wouldn't buy me one. Unlike most of my friends who got the upgrade from 8-bit to 16-bit. Nonetheless, I grew to love this game, and I think, well, since its launch it's been claimed that it's possibly the greatest Master System game. Now I know there's a few gamers out there, die-hard fans of certain franchises and whatnot, who probably disagree with me, but for the amount of time you probably all spent playing games when we were a bit smaller, this has to rank among the most time played. You might have tried to do the levels the quickest, you might have tried to find all the Chaos Emeralds. There's various ways to complete this game. There's actually two different endings on this Sega Master System version. One ending where you get all the Chaos Emeralds and Tails gets to live, or there's the grimmer alternative whereby you just run through all the levels, avoid all the Chaos Emeralds, and at the end, after beating Robotnik, Sonic looks up into the sky and sees Tails on his own, assumingly dead. Poor little ginger squirrel. So, what can I tell you about this game apart from the fact that the 8-bit version and the 16-bit version are completely different from one another. First of all, one of the most noticeable things is the lack of colours here. It's quite a bland game. At the time, I thought it was very, very colourful, because we'd probably not seen anything like this before. But just as an example, did you know the Sega Master System can only show 32 simultaneous colours on screen at any one time? Now compare this to the Sega Mega Drive, 64 on-screen colours at any one time. You're looking at, you know, complete sort of scaling down of possibilities in terms of shading and brightness. But what they've done here, I think, is quite amazing. The game does seem colourful still, yet there is only ever 32 colours on screen. So this, one of my favourite Master System games ever. All of my, let's call them poorer friends who still hadn't upgraded to the Sega Mega Drive, all had this game, and we must have talked about this game in the playground for months and months, because quite frankly there wasn't another platformer out there for the Sega which was as good. It was developed, it was released in 1992, surprisingly 1 month earlier than the Sega Mega Drive version. Developed by a company called Aspect Co Limited, who are also responsible for a little game by the name of Land of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse, also Deep Duck Trouble starring Donald Duck, and Sonic Chaos, so well respected. So here we come to the first boss, the first glimpse of Dr. Robotnik in his true guise. Bosses aren't particularly challenging. Here you're based on a ramp, cannonballs fire at you, you've just simply got to jump them, let the cannonballs hit the weird crabby thing, smack him in the face, job done. It's a very enjoyable game. The bosses, as I said, not very challenging. I can't see anyone having too much difficulty with this. Just time your jumps, try not to slide down into the hole, and job done. After the last cannonball, you have to jump Robotnik himself. Not particularly tough. Excuse me. So, that is stage 1 done, all 3 acts. Gonna move on to stage 2 now. There's a few nice themes here, sort of deserted Aztec world. Pretty bland, not too many animals knocking around like in prior games, fireball hazards and whatnot. This level, one of the greatest I'd say in Sonic's history. It's very bright and oh, fell in the spikes and fell in the spikes again. Yeah, this level takes a bit of sort of run and gun if you like, or just hit and hope, just jumping out off ledges and hoping you land somewhere safe. This level itself has got one of my favourite features of any Sonic, which is hang gliders. So you'll see this coming up shortly. There's a couple of methods of transport in this game. There's hang gliders, there's some mine carts in the next section, very reminiscent of one of the Indiana Jones films, and there's bubbles in the underwater level which you can float around in and control to some degree. Also, those bubbles supply you with the air you need, obviously, to breathe underwater and not die. So yeah, the Master System sold 2 million odd units in the USA, while in Western Europe, obviously where I'm based, sold a massive 6.8 million units. Very successful. What was exceedingly successful for the system was Alex Kidd in Miracle World, which if you follow us on Twitter, you'll know, although we like the theme tune, once it gets stuck in our head, it will not leave. So sorry if I've just done that to you, but that was the best selling game for the Sega Master System in its history. And what a great game it is indeed. So, I've just missed a Chaos Emerald, as you can see. I'm contemplating going back to it, and can't be bothered. So again, run and gun, just jump and hope. Bouncing off clouds, and there we go, there's a bit of a faith jump. And that's the level done. Very, very short levels on the Sega Master System. I mean, that level there took 45 seconds, and I wasn't trying a speed run. I may have to chuck up a couple of speedrun videos, see if we can get sort of sub 30 seconds on various levels. That's a plan for the future. But here's the next boss in our video. A little bit more challenging than the prior boss, where I had to basically jump cannonballs. So here we go. First of all, defeat 4 chicks. There we go, job done. Second, defeat 4 chicks. There's your 4 chicks. Done. Fall through the sky, defeat some more chicks, and defeat the eggs, otherwise they keep on spawning. So I defeated 3, and his big ostrich style dad comes out. Keep on jumping on him. Avoid the fireball that he spits from his gob. There we go, not too hard. Job done. Kill his chick. Level complete. All I've got to do now is jump up and crack open and release the kids. Bosh. There we go. So that rounds up our review of an excellent Sega Master System game. If you haven't played this, play it. Play it now, play it through to completion, and let us know what you think. So thanks for watching. We'll try and up a couple more videos within the next 24 hours. And remember to follow us on Twitter. Our address is @GamesShed. So that's all from me, and please check out some of our other videos.